Okay, welcome to your coastline regeneration focus area key components video. In this video, it's very short. I just want to go over a couple of key points about coastline regeneration and what you should keep in mind when you are designing your product, when you're thinking about the problem. So, I want you to know that regeneration of our coasts, it involves so many different ecosystems. And so just a couple of facts about coastal habitats. They are both terrestrial and marine. Okay, so you have processes in the terrestrial areas and the marine areas that will incorporate this regeneration concept. They are very diverse, so both the terrestrial and marine ecosystems that are involved in coastline regeneration have lots of different plants and animals. And so they do support a large amount of food webs, but they also do some other important things like supply food for humans. They provide nurseries for fish, so places where baby fish, little fish that are growing can be safe, and they also contain nutrients that are the basis of life. So many of the organisms that are in our coastal places, they're going to be key in order for all of our ecosystems in the coast to survive. So something that you may not have thought about, and something that is important to keep in mind, is that you can define a coastal habitat in many different ways. So, when you're thinking about this problem, I really want you to narrow it down to a specific place because depending on the place, it might kind of affect your solution, your outcome for your solution. So, coastal habitats can be coastal wetlands, submerged aquatic vegetation, so places that have lots of algae and kelp. It can be estuaries, coastal forests, coastal grasslands, intertidal flats, and many more, as you're going to discover today. So, lots of different habitats involved, and these habitats have different consequences for the ecosystems when they are degraded. So please consider the variety of coastal ecosystems that we have when you are considering regeneration. Think about what area you would like to focus on. I wanted to read this. This is straight from an article that is a research-based article. So that means that some scientists actually did a study. They went out into the field, they collected data, and what they came back with was this. It says, our results highlight the importance of structurally complex seagrass meadows. Okay, so this is an ecosystem, complex seagrass meadows, which support high taxonomic and trait diversity of invertebrates. So what this means is that high taxonomic and trait diversity, this means that they were looking at invertebrates, okay, and that they were looking at the amount of different taxonomic characteristics there were. So that means that different species, different diversities. It says, since these key habitats are severely threatened by human activities, efficient management measures are needed to protect them and safeguard their unique biota. So, this was a recent study. This was in 2020, and you can find it here if you are interested. You'll have access to these slides, but we have to manage these habitats. They are severely threatened by human activities, and their study, what they were looking at was the diversity of these invertebrates. It's actually affecting the biota, which is the biodiversity, the plants and animals, and they are saying that we need to have efficient management measures to protect them. So I want you to think this is an actual problem that people are seeing, that scientists are seeing in the field. I also wanted to show this to you, and this will kind of go over just a couple of the coastal habitats. There are many more than just these six, but what you can do is you can pause this video at this time because I'm not going to read through each one of them, but each one of these coastal habitats, this is why they are important for our environments. So for example, it says wetlands. They are border vital nursery areas. Okay, so again, fish are going to kind of mate here and their young will be able to grow. Export food, so we are able to get food from wetlands. They also remove pollutants and are a buffer between water and land based impacts. So each one of these little boxes describes why they are important to our environment. And so this is something that is key in order to understand the problem and to think about the best solution.